What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are unpacking a massive week in AI. We're talking about a model that is arguably the first to be called AGI Capable by an ex-Google veteran. We're looking at why Microsoft is reportedly slashing sales targets for Copilot, because, let's be honest, people aren't using it. Plus, we're going to deep dive into the release of GPT 5.2. If you thought it was terrible, you might be using it wrong. It turns out OpenAI wasn't trying to make a chatty bot. They were targeting GDP Val, economically valuable work. We've got robotics, new prompting science that debunks the act like an expert myth, and a whole lot more. Let's get into it. First up, let's talk about open source. We usually look to the West for vision models, but China's GLM 4.6 volts is turning heads. This is an open source multimodal model that is actually token efficient. It can take screenshots, images, and document pages and reason over them jointly. Why does this matter? Usually, vision models from companies like OpenAI or Google are incredibly token-heavy and expensive. GLM 4.6 volts is giving us high-fidelity visual understanding and long-context reasoning without breaking the bank. They even released a 9 billion parameter flash version for low latency, meaning we are getting closer to running powerful vision analysis locally. Speaking of local, Nvidia, who just seems to win at everything, released Neatron 3. It's a 30 billion parameter mixture of experts model. It outperforms other models in its class like GPTOS and Qwen 330B while being more efficient. If you are someone who cares about privacy and wants to run your AI offline, keeping your data away from the cloud, this is the sweet spot for risk to reward. But the biggest controversy has been GPT 5.2. The reviews were a mixed bag. Half the internet said it was amazing. The other half said it was terrible. Here is the insight you need. This wasn't a standard frontier update. OpenAI focused specifically on GDP Val knowledge work. The benchmarks for economically valuable tasks basically doubled. This model isn't designed to just chat. It's designed to do PowerPoint presentations, Excel work, and complex reasoning loops. In fact, if you use it, be careful. It thinks a lot. I actually had it loop for 24 hours on a task, so watch out for your API bill. This leads us to the AGI conversation. The famous ARC-AGI benchmark was just smashed, but not by a new massive model. It was beaten by a system called Poetic. They achieved 54% accuracy, costing only $30 per problem compared to Gemini's $77. The key takeaway here is how they did it. They built a reasoning layer, a scaffolding, on top of existing models like Gemini and Grok. This validates a theory by Google AI Studio's Logan Kilpatrick. AGI might come from product design and agentic scaffolding, not just a raw LLM that knows everything. But one company is claiming they've already got the AGI Capable model. A startup called Integral AI, founded by an ex-Google generative AI pioneer, is making waves. They claim their system can learn new tasks autonomously without pre-existing datasets, labels, or human intervention, specifically in robotics. Now, the demos were a bit rough, and they don't have massive funding, so skepticism is warranted. But the founders' arguments about the limitations of current LLMs and the need for autonomous reasoning align with where the industry is heading. If you want to see what this looks like practically right now, look at Manus 1.6. These aren't just chatbots, they are agents. They do information retrieval, web development, and data analysis. While everyone is arguing about chatbots, agents like Manus and Genspark are actually doing the work. Now let's change gears to research, because this will change how you prompt today. A new paper analyzed by Ethan Mollick revealed that persona prompting, telling the AI, "You are an expert physicist," or "You are a lawyer," does almost nothing for factual accuracy. It changes the tone and framing, sure, but it doesn't unlock hidden intelligence. In some cases, it even hurt performance. If you want better results, don't ask it to be a character. Focus on clearer task instructions and better workflows. Another paper dropped a truth bomb about collaboration. It turns out, being a genius on your own is a different skill set than working with AI. The biggest driver for success isn't raw intelligence, it's theory of mind. You need to be able to anticipate what the AI knows, what it believes, and where it might fail. You have to bridge the gap. If you just trust the AI blindly, you suffer from knowledge collapse, where you lose the edge cases that actually matter. Briefly on the big tech side, Apple released a paper on a better version of RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. Instead of reading too much text and getting confused, Their new method squishes documents into memory blocks that keep only the important meaning. And Meta published a philosophy paper arguing against self-improving superintelligence. They believe the safer path is co-improvement, where AI and humans get smarter together, keeping humans in the loop to steer research goals. We are also moving beyond text. A company called Spatial released Echo, a world model. You type a prompt, and it doesn't just give you a video. It generates a fully explorable, 3D consistent world. You can move the camera and interact in real time. This is the future of gaming and simulation, moving from generating pixels to generating spaces. In hardware, things are getting weird, in a good way. Yamaha showed off the Lambda, an AI-driven motorcycle that balances itself and twists its frame to adapt to the rider. We also saw the Limb Xtron 2, which has evolved from just legs to a full humanoid upper body for manipulation tasks. An AGI bot just rolled off its 5,000th humanoid robot, proving mass production is actually happening. But the biggest integration is happening in the UK. Google DeepMind announced the first automated research lab for 2026. AI and robotics will run experiments autonomously to discover new materials and superconductors. This is the dream. AI not just writing poems, but doing physical science to solve energy and computing problems. Finally, let's look at the industry scoreboard. Microsoft is in trouble with Copilot. Reports state they've slashed sales targets by up to 50% because customers just aren't buying it. Independent testing showed AI agents fail to complete tasks 70% of the time, and most users find Copilot less useful than ChatGPT, which still holds 60% of the market. It seems Microsoft is struggling to translate their OpenAI investment into a product people actually love. Meanwhile, Google is crushing it. Their new Gemini Live translation is incredible, working on 70+ languages in real time, even whispering if needed. And to end on a controversial note, xAI held a hackathon that showed generative AI inserting ads directly into video frames of TV shows. So instead of a commercial break, the product just appears on the table in the scene. It's seamless, but also, do we really want that? So to wrap this up, think of the current state of AI. I like buying a high-performance car. Analogy. For a long time, we thought the goal was just to build a bigger, faster engine. That's the raw LLM. But what we're learning from Poetic, Integral AI, and these research papers is that a massive engine is useless if you don't have a transmission to shift gears, that's the reasoning scaffolding, and a skilled driver who knows the track, that's your theory of mind. We are moving from the era of big models to the era of smart systems. Let me know in the comments, are you using Copilot? Or have you abandoned it like the stats suggest? And what do you think about AI editing ads into your favorite movies? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.